My question is, actually, presently, need a leader. Nigeria needs a deliverer. Because we have known the extent of damage done to this country, so we need a deliverer. Now my question is, how do we know that deliverer that we are going to vote for? Thank you. How?
Next one. There's no woman. Is there a woman?
All protocols observed. I'm privileged.
Please, one house, please.
I'm privileged to stand before our presidential candidates, and I want to appreciate the convener. The question I want to ask is, how can Nigeria move from a consumer nation to a productive nation? Dr. Bolaji Akinyi, my pastor, said that we seem to be lazy. I don't know whether it is evidence from what we have on the ground that we are lazy, but how do we move from a consumer nation to a productive nation? We have a lot of abundant resources that we have. We have a lot of graduates that are looking for jobs, yet we cannot feed ourselves conveniently. We cannot clothe ourselves conveniently. We cannot do so many things for ourselves. In your own way, sir, how do we move?
All protocols observed. I'm ready to follow the show. I'm so happy that Dr. Akinyi and my good brother, they are working together. And my prayer is that this country will be better very soon by the grace of God. This morning, I've sent it to Pastor Itua and Dr. himself. There is this Indian pastor who was prophesying about what Nigeria will be in the next 5 years. But are we ready for it? When Chairman of INEC said yesterday that he's not sure election will hold, because we are still working analog. Look, I mean, Pastor Itua commenced a program some years ago whereby in the diaspora you can vote 30 million without leaving your house. I'm scared of going to vote because I don't know what it's going to be there. So what you and other people are doing to make sure that, you said it, Brazil went to vote within few hours, they got the results. Indians, they are more than us, they're just wondering. And we refuse to let the system work. And thank God we are here because I believe those who are here today, they will make it work. You and other candidates, when will you come together and say we must adopt an electric system to vote so that we don't have to queue for the whole day? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Shola Oluwadiko. Let me first of all say that my perspective about who you are has changed today. I used to believe that the Sowore is, and when I see you go to places with crowds of youth who are, but it has, changed today. You are a good man, very intelligent, and I believe God will help you. Now, these are questions about issues spoke in quite a number of conferences and meetings. So I don't want to go the way of asking you how you're going to change Nigeria. But my two questions with regards to the church. First of all, if you become president, how do you intend to protect the Christian church in the north? Considering all that they are going through right now that is obvious for everyone to see. And then secondly, coming back to the generality of the Christian church, how do you intend to establish a robust relationship between the government and the church? Thank you very much. That's my question.
I want to stand on what he just said. He said that his perspective about you changed. Honestly, when they called you, I was shouting violence pro max. Because you are different from what I know and I've seen about you. So my perspective has also changed about you. from today. And you want to become the president of Nigeria. What are you going to bring to the table? What are you going to do there that is different from what others have done? How are you going to change things? Because we are tired of stories. We are tired of people coming to tell us they will do this, they will do that. How are you going to change the economy of Nigeria? And how are you going to upgrade the living conditions of Nigeria? That's just what I want to know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Today, I have made a decision because there are many people running after somebody. But I think I will say among them, speak our truth. Obviously, speak our truth. And I tell you. But I find it very simple. I watched somewhere when you said what the youth are doing to save their family and save themselves. So I want to speak down to the youth.
Thank you very much. I will try and respond very quickly because I also have to leave. And I will respond to what I said there, that there's a decision already, and there's only one man that has been decided upon. Okay, that you are only going to be one man. Well, as you can hear from the congregation today, the man has been revealed unto you. So, it's up to you to listen to the word of God and the commandments. But I guarantee you that the only thing to which I've committed my life since I was born, and I'm 51 years old. Yes, 51. I may not look it, but I feel it. The burden of Nigeria is heavy. It's service to this country. And I will combine this with the question about what we'll do to protect the church. I've never said this publicly before, but I'm the first individual in this country who started tracking Boko Haram bombing of churches, especially when it started from the Madala in Abuja. To the point that we started telling in advance which church they are planning to go next. So I'm not here to please anybody that I'm a Christian, and I said it publicly, I'm not here to claim religion. It is God who knows who is serving him. No human being knows. But if my life can be looked at transparently from what I've done with my life, I think I've served God a lot more than Nigerian leaders in my own private capacity. But whomever that one man is, I guarantee you, if it's the choice of the people and is competent and has capacity, he will be able to find competent hands to work with him. But you don't have to recommend me to him. I don't even know if I can work in government for 2 days. I'm too independent to work in a government because I know what happens in government. If this were to be a cabinet meeting, the president will fire me after my speech today. So let the leader that emerges transparently choose the people they want to work with. You know what is painful, most painful to me in Nigeria is that there are a lot of competent Nigerians all over the place. You know this jackpot thing now. You see the banks that cannot run their back-end computer backbone anymore. It's because their tech guys have left to Canada. Some of your doctors have already left for London. Some of your nurses have left. Architects have left. They have finished pushing everybody. They are now going to go for Nigerian teachers. The same teachers that we said are not good, they started hiring them in the UK since last week. The same teachers that you always spit on, the guys who are collecting 30,000 naira per month, and Kogi pays 5,000 per month. That's the minimum wage in Kogi State. Yes, they are hiring them. by the time they take everybody out, you will know that you always have competent people, but you did not treat them well. Yes. But that's what I'm coming to do, is to restore that dignity and glory to people who have kept this country together, whichever capacity they have done it. And I repeat again, sir, that person, the only one person has been revealed unto you. Don't overlook the person. With regards to culture, our brother asked about culture and tradition. The Agbada thing was a joke for me, even though I hate flamboyance, especially the people you call excellency, the way they dress. You know, when you have people have nothing upstairs and they are dressing deep, it annoys me. You know, I wish there's a law that says that if you are wearing Agbada, you must have something upstairs, so that when we see somebody wearing Agbada, we know that they are respectable people. But the bigger the Agbada in this country, the more useless they are. That's why I was condemning Agbada for the point of symbolism, not for the point of culture. In terms of culture, any country that loses its language has lost its way. The English knew what they were doing when they made English compulsory. If you find somebody today who is speaking Yoruba, we make fun of them. Yoruba, go to Facebook. If you write something that is not correct in English, they say, oh, your English is not correct. Have you ever found a Yoruba man telling a white man that their Yoruba is not correct? They knew what they were doing. So until we start writing in our own language, and I will make sure that is done. The crime that was committed against culture started when our parents started penalizing people who speak vernacular. Did you not go to a school where they say vernacular speaking is totally prohibited? What is the meaning of vernacular? Your culture. Some of you have been class captains before who were collecting money for people who violated. See a confession at the back. You know, I want to see people who can speak Yoruba better than English, and not people who can speak English better than Yoruba. We need to have a language of instruction to be our real language. That is the way to restore our culture. Those of us who studied, who grew up as Christians with our parents, we understood spirituality more with the Yoruba Bible than the English Bible. Because I used to be the custodian of my father's Bible, the big one, you know, the one that has leather cover, Yoruba. By the time you read it, you will understand what they are saying. So we must restore all of that. Vernacular speaking must not be prohibited in our country. It should be French, China, and other important languages that we prohibited in our country. Let's write mathematics in Yoruba, in Hausa, in Ibibio. You will understand it better. Translated into 78 Nigerian languages, but you don't have physics and economics and chemistry translated to your language, and you want to compete in the world. That's the truth. Let's translate every goddamn book to our language. You're already doing a good job with the Bible. There are 78 different Bibles in Nigeria. You can put me anywhere. Translated to local language. I've seen Urobo Bible before, Epic Bible. We want to see physics Bible too, physics book too, yes. Chemistry book, computer book written in Yoruba. We will be able to compete with, you can believe in God and also progress in life. Are you getting my point? So, cultural language is very important for me, so I agree with you completely. Somebody said Nigeria needs a deliverer. Our political party, the African Action Congress, do you know what we want to do? We want to put liberty on the ballot. We are for total liberation of Nigeria. In fact, our party don't believe that. We don't believe in the white man independence. We are gunning for brand new independence for Nigeria. It is the reason why I have spoken openly, and I've said it. People are talking about the Constitution. Which Constitution? The Nigerian Constitution is a fraudulent document created by Decree 22. It was promulgated with. Were you there when they wrote it? No. Who was there? You can't find any military general who will tell you that they were there when they wrote the Nigerian Constitution. The American Constitution was written in 1789. We know all the people who were present when they were framing it, even though we weren't there. How come we don't know the ones that did our own in 1999? So we have to create or frame a brand new constitution that will take care of so many of the problems that we are discussing now. Nigeria doesn't need a deliverer, it needs a leader. Nobody can deliver anybody. It's you people that will deliver yourselves. And the more entertaining part, how do you push Nigeria from consumption to a productive nation? It's very simple, right? Produce, produce, and produce. But before you can produce anything out of Nigeria, you must have electricity. Otherwise, you can't produce anything. There is no nation in the world that had an industrial revolution without industrial scale power source. It was the steam engine that revolutionized the movement of persons around the world, the steam engine. Of course, accompanied with the Maxim gun, with which they shot anybody who stood in their way. Some people said it also was accompanied by the Bible and the Quran, but don't quote me anywhere on that. Elections. Our elections here, they are not elections. These are sham elections. By now, if you can transact businesses with your cell phone that involves your life-saving money, why can't you vote in one single election in a year? Why should I have to travel to Ondo State to go and vote for myself when I could have done it on my cell phone? And by know transparently who has won the election. And you can eliminate all the judges, including the Supreme Court, from imposing on you candidates who did not participate in the election, like in Imo State, as your governor. Because it will be transparently clear. But you know the reason they don't want simple, straightforward election is that the so-called front runners cannot win class elections in Nigeria of today. They know it. The people who are afraid to do common debates, they know they can't win election. Yes. The ones who are calling town hall meeting blah blah blue, no, they can't win elections. They know it. They know that if the system is digitalized, the digitalization of the system will also retire non-digital brains from the system. They know it. It's the reason why they don't want transparent elections, but you can force it on them. I have said it, and I'll say it again. We can say very nice things, we can pray, we can fast, but until we put our feet on the ground, these people will continue to take us for granted. That is to say, a revolution is looming. And it will happen so fast, it will not be televised. I'm telling you this now. And the question again about protecting the church in the north. Listen, you are thinking about the church in the north. What about the mosque in the north as well? Everybody in the north is in trouble. When they finished with the churches bombing in the mid-2005 and when Boko Haram started, 2009, 2010, they started going, some Muslims were happy. It's churches, it doesn't concern us. But when they finished with the churches, they went to the mosque. So everyone, whether you are Muslim or Christian, needs protection. Whether you are enemies, as long as you are a citizen of this country, the job of the president must be to protect you. But there will be special protection for me as the president for areas that are vulnerable. I know where the churches are, that before they can gather together, they must have an army surround their building. In places like Adamawa, Plateau, Benue, Katsina, I went to Gombe in 2018 and discovered that there are probably almost 60 to 70% people in Gombe are Christians. The same thing with Skelly. When a Christian traditional ruler was dethroned, was not allowed to become, the rightful owner of his position in Gombe, I fought for it and restored him to the position. I met him Trump, I was this hotel, the big hotel in Abuja one day, and he said to me, Mr. Sowore, I've never met you before, but you are the one who made it possible for me to become the leader of my people. I said, how? He said, through Sahara reporters. Yes, everybody in this country is in need of protection. What about our schools? The schools from which they are abducting 70 kids, don't they need protection as well? We need to protect everybody, regardless of their faith, their ethnic background, their sex, or their interest in the country. Everybody is in need of protection. And I know that when I say this, as some Christians have told me, that I'm not Christian enough. No, I'm not trying to be a Christian enough. I'm trying to be a good man. I'm trying to be a great citizen. I'm trying to be a patriot. Because if Nigeria gets it right, the African continent will get it right. And when we are getting it right, when we go to the mall, we don't ask who's a Christian or who's a Muslim. When I arrived in America, I did my first job and I was paid a check. I didn't ask who the person was, I just went and spent my money. You know, it was when I got to Nigeria that I realized that when you lose everything, you have to cling to something. Sometimes it's religion, sometimes it's your ethnic background, sometimes it's the name of your father or the grave of your father, because you need something to cling on to when you've lost everything. And for a lot of our people, they've lost everything. Nothing is left. Nothing is left. And the relationship with the church, I don't need to tell you, I have great relationship with the church. I have great relationship with leaders of our churches. I just told you earlier on that I so much love them, I don't want to create another church so there won't be unhealthy competition. So how much more can you love the church more than that? I don't need to patronize the church by saying I'll be a leader that loves leaders of the church. I went to primary schools created by the Methodist Church. There's a primary school in my village created by the Catholic Church. The last born of my mom, Ike, was saved by nurses from the Catholic Church. So the church has done great for this country. They brought schools. In fact, we are seeing more churches these days and less humanitarianism. And the church must go back to humanitarian work as well. We are challenging the church to do that, so that you can create more schools, create more hospitals, and create great places that make people live long. Because without knowing it, saying, well, I want to go to heaven, how about if this is the heaven that you have been wanting to go to? And which other heaven can be better than this place, where you have iron ore, crude oil, sorghum, everything? Which other heaven could be better than that? Nigeria is heaven, but your leaders made it hell. The only solution to making it heaven again is to send those leaders to hell. One last thing, again, our sister asked about the economy. There's nothing better than having a country that has raw materials already. It's like you get home and you want to cook and your fridge is loaded with all the ingredients. What do? Open the fridge, put your pot on the fire and start cooking. But if you're having responsible people who have such things, they don't open the fridge, they don't cook, and they start ordering from outside. And they keep claiming that they are not eating healthy. When you don't eat what you cook, how would you tell whether there's too much salt from something you ordered from Sweet Sensation? And you have hypertension and you are wondering why the hypertension is killing you. It started from where you are ordering salt from now. But if you want to eat healthy food, eat the one that you can gauge the salt that goes into this. I'm just giving you that analogy because there's no time. Otherwise, there's no problem with Nigerian economy. It's just that the economy has too many thieves as opposed to those who need help. So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for bringing once again. Thank you. And thank you, Great Africa.